All right. Good morning, guys. Okay, so on the daily, um, yesterday we pretty much just took buy-side liquidity of the previous day candle. We have no anytime close, we have no fair value gap. However, I want because we're not moving really up. There's a there's a nice one here at starting at 19,416. Okay. Now I don't know whether that's going to happen after we clear the liquidity here at 20,250. We've been talking about that for a minute now. And then right on top of it, we also got that big daily fair value gap at 20,405, all the way to 20,700. So it's about 300-point fair value gap. Okay. On the move down, today it's Tuesday. So on the move down on Friday, we're expecting the move down to come in. It filled the gap, okay, for the week type of thing. However, we've got a lot of imbalance on the sell side here. We did go down to the BPR, okay. However, we're still, I don't know how long we're gonna treat this as a breakaway gap, but we've still got a lot of move not being essentially come down to. So I'd like to see the price at some point go down to 19,400. Okay. The only thing is that I don't know whether that price is gonna go before or after hitting that fair value gap on the daily. Okay. Usually when we've been in these scenarios, we've been so close to like a major level of liquidity. Price has reacted before we go into it, has come down, fill up in some sort of an imbalance, or come up, fill some sort of an imbalance, and then continue on. Okay. So right now we're not clearing last Thursday's high over here. If you can see it, it's at 20,199. Okay. So we will see at 9:30 open what the price is willing to do right now. If you go to a 4 hour, the 4 hour is pretty much been flat. Yesterday we did say we're going to have a little bit of move down and then continue on the way up. Okay. We've come down. This is Monday. So on Thursday we came down pretty good. We hit one of the fair value gaps right at 19,850. And then from then we've just essentially been consolidating, and we're basically taking internal lows right now and internal highs. We haven't really broken a major high. We haven't really done anything as far as major internal liquidity either. Okay. Right now I'm still gonna be there was still gonna be bullish a little bit just until I see a clear confirmation that we're not. So every time we're going down, we'll keep on. We're not breaking the lows with any candle bodies. We're essentially just wicking in and wicking out of them. So a very indecisive market at this point. Okay, this 4 hour candle, the right now it looks really, and it's about 46 minutes left to it. It just looks like a major doji candle, really, like just wicks and no body at all to it, which means they're selling a story, just like they're looking for stop hunts at this point. Okay, and this is one of those where essentially I'm going to scalp it, and I'm not going to provide a feedback as far as, okay, clear level of liquidity, we'll go in here type of thing on the 4 hour. Okay. Let's drop it down to the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart provides us a little bit more price action as far as clarity goes. We have a fair value gap at 20,075 to 20,096. Price respected that one, and that's also on a premium discount. Price actually went to the fair value gap right underneath it, and we hit the order block as well. But it is what it is. We didn't just. The only thing is we didn't close underneath it, which I'm happy. And then now prices continue to go up. Okay. Another key factor is that when you're going to look for a reversal at the top, for example, of this 1 hour move at 20,163, you're going to see that the way we're going down, we're not making any fair value gaps. So if we usually don't make any fair value gaps going down, we know that that's more of a retracement than a move down or an actual change of character. Okay. As soon as we got into that fair value gap, we went all the way down, we came back up. So it's a nice rejection off of it. Same thing with the next green candle, and now we're getting some volume into it. Okay. If we end up getting some sort of fair value gap now on the way up, I'm gonna expect for that fair value gap to get retested. Once it gets retested on the 1 hour, and you can check that on the 15-minute and the 5-minute, then you can essentially be like, okay, so we're bullish. Okay. If we don't, and we just start getting nice big displacements on the downside, then we know we're actually going bearish. We're going to be bearish essentially if we have a nice candle close. Again, this is going to be a very important level. It was major level yesterday, but it's 20,040. Okay, that was the opening price of the week. Okay, so remember that. That's the reason why I took the long yesterday, and then we went up to an area where dip came into a short, and then that was essentially just flat for the rest of the day. Okay, price didn't want to move. Essentially, if you look at it now in a way, shape, form here, I'll share my screen what I see, and you're gonna see the white line at the bottom. Essentially, the opening price. It just keeps on stabbing it and going back up, stabbing it and going back up. Okay, we did break the highs from yesterday, and then but we didn't offer any major displacement. So we're retracing right now, and we're gonna see if we have a major move up. So far, Asia and London from last night have just been on the way up. So we're gonna see if prices is gonna want to tackle London high. We've already taken out London lows. Okay. On the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, the actual move was bearish at some point, which is why I don't like all the moves to be against each other. So I like if I'm gonna trade the 15 minute, I'm gonna make sure that the 1 hour and the 4 hour are both bullish, and vice versa. So I want to make sure that all my time frames are going in the same direction, or at least I know where the high one is going. So for example, if we're heading towards an area of a point of interest on the 4 hour, then I can take a counter trend move on the 15 minute. If we do close above 20,137, then I'll be happy with the move per se, because we're just inverting a fair value gap, a bearish fair value gap. And then I'm gonna want to see a retest of 130 level to continue up. And then my initial target will be 20,180. So I'm just gonna do this as well. Give me 1 second. So we close, go. Everything is on the chart right now, guys. So 9:30 open will be important. I don't want this right now. It's retracing back down, but I want this fair value gap here to stay intact, and that way we're gonna have a BPR. You guys have any questions?
No, that's great.
I actually have a quick question. So I know your confirmation if it's bullish, but What was your confirmation again if it's bearish?
I want to close below 20,040.
If we're closing below 20, okay, cool. On the 15-minute, yeah?
Well, really, if we're closing below it with some force or with some displacement at any time, and then we retest it and then keep on going back down with force, then we know we're going down.
Okay, fair enough.
So
And then
like price can turn around now and go to 20,040 and then keep on bouncing off it like a ping pong table. So for me to be able to say that, okay, we're actually going bullish and we're going to hit another area of interest, then I need to see price really reject or like really pierce through this or displacement.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, bro.
No problem. All right, guys.
Good stuff.
Y'all have a good day and stay safe, make some money.
Take care.
Bye bye.